Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Horror Soup. This is episode something, and I'm Caleb.
This can't be 50.
No, it's like 46 or some shit, I think.
We're getting there.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a number, I will tell you that. I do know that it is a number.
It's a number. I think it is 46, maybe 47.
I don't know, man. I got all numbers.
No.
Ah.
Infinite.
Got all the numbers. So this is our first time continuing a series of episodes, and we are continuing today with Basket Case 2.
Numero dos.
Numero doso. And actually, we do have a couple of Patreons, I think, on this one, too. We actually have like 5, I think.
Oh.
We have like 5 Patreons, I think. If I repeat any names, I don't think I'm going to, but if I do... Oh, whatever. You get an extra thank you,
You get a double thank you.
Yeah,
What's
so.
the, you know?
So I would like to thank Kim Wilson in the Horror Soup tier. Kim actually has a horror blog that she was telling me about.
Yeah, you were just telling me about that.
And I think that is really cool.
That's fucking dope, Kim.
I respect the dedication because, I don't know, I feel like I would get bored doing a blog all the time.
She might feel the same way about doing a podcast. You never know.
Yeah, well, rules is rules.
We don't make them.
We have someone named Teacup in the turkey soup category.
I love it. Very cute.
I don't, maybe they eat their turkey soup out of a teacup. I don't know why your name is Teacup, but I like that. Do you talk? Are you like the Beauty and the Beast teacup? I don't know.
You could be a supernatural teacup.
I don't know who you are, but thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you very much.
I would like to
teacup.
thank Daniel Cortez, also in the turkey soup category.
Dope.
Cortez.
Love turkey soup.
My Fortes, because you forte, my lorte, and I will give you a latte with my blate, which is my ass. It's a different word for my butt.
A special treat.
Blate. Thank you, Daniel Cortez. Donnie Murphy in the horror soup category. And I think, if I remember, I think this is a dude from, it's like One Heart Ohana Creations. I might have got the name wrong, but it's something like that. Ohana One Heart Creation. It's something like that. I can't remember, and I'm very sorry. But
very cool.
They have some really cool horror artwork and stuff, and they tagged us in this really cool wooden Jason thing that they did.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah.
So thank you, Donnie Murphy. You're fucking awesome, and I think it's him and his wife that do this together, so it's probably a joint thing.
Fuck yeah, teamwork, dude.
Both of you guys, you're awesome.
Love it.
Thank you so much. And then we have a very, very generous donation. We have a $25 donation in the shirt soup category, which is the shirt and shit.
Excuse me?
Yeah, and that is Caitlin Wolf.
Oh, dude, dope last name. I love it.
That's a really cool last name.
Yeah.
You're an animal.
Are you related to Tyler, the creator?
You're a goddamn animal.
The president of Wolfgang?
Thank you so much, Caitlin Wolf. She's super fucking sweet and had I don't know if you saw the Patreon messages, but she had just nothing but nice things to say. Very awesome.
Oh, I love it so much. Thank you, Caitlin.
All you guys are really awesome, and I'm kind of overwhelmed by the influx of Patrons that we've had lately.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty cool.
I didn't know people cared this much, but thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. That's awesome. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into Basket Case. What did you think about Basket Case 2?
I kind of almost liked it better than the first one.
I feel the same way, but I don't know how I feel. I feel like I'm going to decide after we finish talking about it.
Okay. Maybe. I'll leave it at that. But to me, I liked the story of this movie better.
It was interesting. It was
really cool, dude. It was really fucking cool.
It was hilarious. It was weird in all the right ways.
It was so weird. It was so
awesome.
Weird. It gives me that weird 90s vibe. I don't know. It's weird. It was made in the 90s, no?
Yeah, 1990.
Okay.
1990.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I was really trying to decide which one I liked more. Because I've seen the original Basket Case multiple times. I've never seen this one. I've never seen 3, so next week is going to be a surprise to me as well.
I have no idea what's in store for Basket Case 3.
I know what it's about a little bit, but I've never seen it, so I'm pretty prepared for it. But the second one, it just had so many weird fucking creatures, so much weird shit going on.
It's
awesome phrases. There was a bunch of really good phrases in this.
It's the creatures that are in this movie are fucking unworldly.
Some of them reminded me of Cenobites from Hellraiser.
Some of them did, but some of them were just all right, we're gonna make this person look like a tree.
You're not wrong about that. There was one that looked exactly like a tree. He was probably planted, but there were some other ones that just a lot of teeth going on.
And a lot of noses.
Yes.
Remember that guy? The
Yes.
nose guy? He had a situation going on.
I enjoyed all of this. This was very fun.
It was cool.
I don't know. I think I rated this a little bit lower than the first one.
God damn it. I didn't rate it.
But I like it. Like, don't even mention it. I don't expect you to anymore. I gave up. But I rated it, like, I think a little bit lower, but I put it nearly on the same par. I put the first one, I think, higher just because it's like, it's the first experience of Belial. And also, Belial looks better in the first one. He looks, I like his look in this one, which if you guys were watching the video, you saw in the very beginning. I like his look from this one, but it's like, it's a drastic change from the beginning to the second one. It's like...
No, you know what? I'm going to agree. He does look better in the first one, because I'm looking at him now, and it's...
He's more human in the second one, and he looks
uncomfortable.
He looks like balls.
Yeah,
he looks a lot more like balls.
He looks like a ball sack that went through like a house fire.
And I think he has 5 fingers now, if I'm not wrong. In the animation in the beginning, he had 5 fingers. I forgot to check if he did later, but okay.
Yeah,
well,
no, it looks like he's got the right amount of digits now.
So let's go ahead and get into this because I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this.
Let's get it.
So again, the director is Frank Henenlotter. He returns for more Belial goodness.
Oh yeah.
So Belial is back, and this time he's brought along some friends. In this sequel to the notorious cult classic, Dwayne Bradley and his hideously deformed brother are accepted into a family of special individuals under the care of Granny Ruth, a kindly spinster doctor, and her beautiful, beautiful granddaughter. When a snooping tabloid reporter and a sleazy photographer threaten to endanger the community's welfare, Dwayne and Belial join with the freaks to defend their privacy with a vengeance.
I'm like reading along with
I
Caleb
already
on
know.
his notes.
Yeah, Dwayne's. I know. Fuck off. I already
Dwayne's.
know what you're gonna say, and just like leave it alone. I typo, okay?
Dwayne's.
I'm gonna typo. It's just what's gonna happen. So for the actors and
too good.
actresses, we have Kevin Van Henterick, who reprises his role of Dwayne.
He got a haircut, guys.
Oh god, we'll talk about that later. I wrote some notes about that.
His haircut?
I don't like it. Judy Graff is a fabulous newswoman, and she was also the newscaster in Frankenhooker.
Oh shit, nice.
You remember the one that was like what was it? She's a tossed salad.
Yeah.
A tossed salad. It was something about
like,
I don't remember what it was.
Like a tossed salad, but with blood or something like that.
No,
it
was much more clever, but I don't remember it.
I'm not as clever.
And she was also reporter 2 in Batteries, Not Included, from 1987. I don't know what that is. She moved up to being head nurse in 1993 in The Dark Hall. So I don't know.
Hall?
She went from news reporter and Dark Half. Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
The Dark Half. We have Annie Ross as Granny Ruth, and she is in Superman 3 from 1983 as Vera. She was also in Throw Mama from the Train in 1987, and I'd never heard of it, but I do approve of the title, and also it's starring Danny DeVito.
Okay, I'm down.
It's something I need to see. And also Billy Crystal is in it, and Oprah.
What?
I don't know how Oprah got involved in something that Danny DeVito's in, but I need to see it. It sounds interesting.
You mean how... Well, no, you're right.
That's
You're
the guy
right.
said
Yeah,
what I said.
No, yeah, you said it right.
Heather Rattray is as Susan, and she is in Jack Shit, and her name's Rattray, so I don't know, that's a problem. And
That's a pretty cool name.
yeah, it seems that Beverly Bonner reprises the small role, not Boner, reprises the small role of Casey, which was the chick that was like, going out for a drink with Dwayne in the first one.
Not to be mistaken as Beverly Boner.
Not to be mistaken. That's not her name. Please don't attack her.
I'm not attacking her. Bonner. It's just funny.
So I could not find the budget for this, and I don't think it exactly had a box office, but it made about 200.5 million.
You mean 2.5 million?
Yeah, 2.5 million. 2.5.
I thought you said 200
Or
and a half
2
million.
2 million and a half. Yeah, you're right. I worded that completely wrong. I don't fucking care. I couldn't even find the budget for this.
Millions
I don't care.
is millions.
I don't. Yeah, dollars is dollars. I don't fucking care. Are you kidding me? This is stupid. I'm wearing cool glasses. So, Basket Case 2 kicks off with the ending scene of the original film, with Dwayne and Belial falling out of the apartment window and quote unquote dying. And then we see Basket Case 2 in big red letters, and blood starts dripping off of them. Pretty cool looking opening scene.
Per cool.
I like it. And a picture starts panning out, and then it's an animated Belial with like creepy teeth, and it has 5 fingers. This is what I was talking about. It has 5 fingers now, and it has like little feet with like skin hair all over his leg warmers. I didn't know how else to describe this. He had like leg warmers on, and there was hair, but it was skin hair.
It's very 80s, I guess.
That's not 80s. That's the mutation.
Leg warmers, you said.
But skin hair?
You never know. The 80s were a wild time.
Yeah, so
I'm calling it. It's 80s.
It's 80s. So we see the newscaster chick, and she talks about Dwayne falling out of the window and the weird, grotesque little creature that she saw.
Mm-hmm.
And we see shots of Belial and Dwayne, and both of them are like, they're bloody as hell, they're on stretchers, and Dwayne is fucking demolished. Like, he looks like shit. And they say the monster, quote unquote, lived in a large wicker basket, and the creature, like, resembles Dwayne.
This was not the case in the first movie, but I can see that they tried to make it happen in the second movie by making him look more like human-like.
Yeah, he had a human face before, just was less Dwayne-y.
Yeah, it's more Dwayne-y now.
It's much more chiseled.
He's chiseled. He's a chiseled guy.
So we see our homegirl Casey on the news, and she's like, "Oh, Dwayne was the nicest dude I ever met." And the news reporter's like, "Did you know what the creature was?" And she's like, "His brother, man." Can you believe that shit?
Casey's my spirit animal. I've always wanted to be on the news.
We pretty much just see that like the entire world knows about everything. Like they know everything about Dwayne's story at this point. Mm-hmm. They know about Belial. They know where he kept him, like in the fucking wicker basket.
Whisker basket.
They know who he killed. It probably is a whisker basket. He has whiskers on his ball legs. So we see a nurse in the hospital, and we see that Belial is hooked up to like, I don't know, hospital shit, just like Bradley is. And they're treating this sludge thing like a human. So it's like, I don't know, I guess humanity is a thing. I guess they're caring for him.
Kind of, but then the nurse walks in.
The nurse does walk in.
Yeah.
Go on, say it.
The nurse walks in and she's just kind of like, like, she makes this like horrified fucking face and just like walks out.
Because she looks at him, she like lifts the curtain, she's like, oh, what the, oh God. She like lifts her glass, she's like, oh God.
I feel like he stinks. I feel like Belial stinks.
Well, of course he does. He's a human sack of shit.
Where does he shit?
I'm pretty sure inside of himself.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, he eats, so I don't know. I guess he should. I don't know. He's always in a whisker basket. I don't think he does.
You say whisker basket one more time, I'm leaving.
It's what it is. It's a whisker basket.
It's a wicker basket.
Okay, if you say things. I don't know. So, yeah, she makes this gross-ass face, and then this fucking... Oh, and Belial's eyes are red again, like the end of the film.
They're glowing, yeah.
They're fucking red as shit,
like
and he's like
red.
just kind of sitting there kind of dead, but kind of alive. It's weird.
Eyes as red as the devil's dick.
He looks grosser than ever.
Yeah.
And the nurse gets hit on by this cop dude, and then Dwayne walks up, and he unhooks himself and leaves while they're distracted. Like, he wakes up like right when Belial wakes up.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, let's go. So the cop notices and walks into the room, but Belial is standing on the wall and just like kills him as he enters, as he does in that other kill with that other cop from Basket Case 1.
Fucking parkour, dude.
And we see Dwayne just kind of like walking around the hospital. He's bandaged to shit, and he's just holding Belial in his hand. Like, he's just walking around just carrying him.
Walking around with this, like, lump of flesh and eyeballs.
And
like,
it's exactly like he did in the original Basket Case with the basket, but now he just has full-on Belial.
He's just like, fuck it. Everybody knows.
And he walks by this oldie in the hospital, and he just, like, takes this coat, and he gives him a bad guy look. He's just like, argh. And this old guy is like so uncomfortable. He's like, oh God, what's happening? And Dwayne's just looking at him like, I'm mad now. And he was so nice in the first one. Now he's just like, oh fuck, I'm pissed.
Oh fuck.
Oh God. And we see some blonde chick who bribes the nurses and the cop with like $100, and he's just like yelling at her. He's like,
this shit's so funny, dude.
Dude, he's taking the bribe, but he's just like, oh, you got a real fucking attitude problem, you know that? And he's like accentuating like, you got a fucking attitude problem.
That shit is so fucking funny, dude.
He's putting so much anger into this, even though he's taking the money.
He's pissed, but he's taking the $100, like, no problem.
He's just like, oh, you piece of human shit. Of course I'm gonna take your money, you fucking bribing asshole.
Doesn't he call her Blondie?
Yeah, he totally
Yeah,
does.
he's like, you got a real attitude problem, Blondie.
He calls her like Noonamaker or something.
Noodamaker or something like that.
Like, Noonamaker. So what fucking ever, that's going on. And then we see Dwayne trying to be like inconspicuous even though he's walking around with a giant coat over his hospital gown.
Yeah, it's not.
Because, dude,
take the hospital gown off at least and just
Yeah.
wear the coat.
yes, he went into the old dude's like office. He changed in front of him and then just put these clothes that he stole over his hospital gown and then walked out with Belial inside of the coat, like over a hospital gown. Like, everyone knows who you are. Everyone.
I just, every time I imagine Belial like touching me, I want to throw up. It's so disgusting, dude.
Well, because it's like touching balls.
Yeah, well, no, not like, it would be like touching just like,
Mutated balls.
I feel like he'd be slimy.
I'm going to argue that. I think Belial's very dry. I think he feels like shriveled up balls.
I think he'd be slimy. He looks slimy.
I think he never looked greasy. He just looks like weird, like flappy skin. I think
he looks
feels
kind of greasy there.
No, I think that's just the lighting. I think he looks like dried up balls. Dude, he looks like balls like when they're very cold.
Oh, well, don't let your balls get cold, fellas.
I think that's what he feels like. Don't let your balls get Belial and you will be fine. And yeah, I'm scratching inside of my nose. You're going to get over. So, why are we doing video podcast, man? Now everyone gets to see me picking my nose and scratching my ass during these episodes. Whatever, man.
Everybody gets to see how I look after fucking being up at 4:30 in the morning.
Whatever, man. Whatever. So, Dwayne's trying to be inconspicuous, and he's like pushing a fucking trash can because he moved Belial out from under his arm and like just into this giant trash can. He's just walking around. Dude, he has this huge bandage on his head. Like, it's like double the size of his head. Like,
it's huge.
Bouncing. His head is already huge, and then this thing
it's
is like
half of his face, too.
Yeah, it's going all the way up, and it's like covering one of his eyes. He's just walking around like, he's like, well, if you guys see the video, he's like walking around like this, like with his face all scrunched up. He kind of looks like Leslie Knope when she gets mad on Parks and Rec.
She's like,
yeah, when she scrunches her face, and he just looks so fucking dumb. And then the chick and the oldie that saw Bradley on the TV earlier, they like immediately recognize him because like, who the fuck wouldn't recognize this guy? Who wouldn't recognize him?
He's all over the fucking news. Like, he's the talk of the town.
And then they're like, "Hey, Dwayne, come with us." He's like, "Arr, arr." Like he just starts growling at
barking. He's barking at them.
And he looks fucking absolute deranged and just grunts at them until he's like, "Oh, okay. And he like goes over into the fucking random van.
He's like, all the way to the car.
And they take him to some fucking house. And Dwayne wakes up in a bed with like 5 or 6 deformed weirdos just like fucking staring at him while he's sleeping. And then he falls back asleep and he wakes up and it's just the 2 girls there. They're like, "Hey, we're going to take care of you."
Mm-hmm.
And they introduce themselves like, "Hey, I'm Granny Ruth. This is my daughter Susan." And they're like, "Okay, well, Belial's in the nursery. He's very upset. He's very frightened." And Granny Ruth's like, "All right, I'm gonna go check on him."
I would not. Are you fucking, have you heard this thing scream? Like,
She's friends with him.
I guess.
You know, they're friends. So she starts saying that, like, you know, she's like, "I never met the aunt, but, you know, I know about her, and, like, I know about Belial and all this shit." And she's like, "All right, well, this place is for others like him, and that they need to be sheltered from the world, because they're weirdos, but, you know, they're cool weirdos." So we see a horsey start, like, rocking, and then Belial just, like, climbs up, because she's, like, walking around this room. She's like, Belial.
And it's legit, like, a baby's room.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it's a nursery.
It's a fucking nursery. And if him and Dwayne are brothers, that makes him like 20-something.
He's just
but they're
as old.
treating him like a baby.
100%.
But you know, funny.
But you know what? Remember when like Dwayne was like 15 and Belial was the same age and the aunt was rocking, like reading a story to fucking Belial?
Holy shit, that makes so much sense.
He's a fucking...
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but like it makes sense
No,
now.
in the world of Frank Henenlotter, it makes fucking sense. So she sees him like climbing up. She's like, "All right, Belial, like we're cool, but you're gonna have to live by my rules in my house." She's like, "I hear you're comfortable sleeping in a basket." And she's like, "Will this one do?" And she presents a basket, and like Susan walks up and she's just holding the same fucking basket, like a remodel of it. So it's like, all right, he's getting it. He's getting that basket.
He's getting his prime.
All good,
he's
baby.
in his prime, is what I meant to say.
So we meet Alice, who has a giant, weird foot forehead with like holes in it. She's the one that looks like a tree.
Yeah,
she looks like a fucking tree. And she also has these sunken in blackened eyes. She actually looks terrifying.
She looks fucking scary, dude.
Dude, she's
like, not to
fucking
mention
creepy.
like holes and shit where they shouldn't be. That
Yes.
freaks me the fuck out.
That's
can't
that
do
one
that.
phobia. I can never remember the name of it, but
I can't even remember it.
fucking hate that shit. Like
Like,
when there's all those holes like close to each other.
ew.
Hers aren't even close, but they're kind of far, but it still looks weird.
Makes me want to fucking throw up, dude. I can't look at that. It's not even that I'm scared of it. It's just it grosses me out so bad.
It's
so
really
gross.
fucking. And she looks like that, but also I feel like if I saw a movie just like starring her as a villain, I would watch that. That's probably creepy as fuck. She's very terrifying looking. And then we see Frederick, who looks like a deformed Professor X.
Why am I not remembering him?
X-Men. Wheelchair.
No, I'm not remembering Frederick.
Frederick.
I remember who Professor X is.
Oh, he just had a weird Patrick Stewart head. Like, he just had a weird, like, egg-shaped head. And, like, kind of sideways. I don't know. It was fucking weird. And she introduces another one. She's like, okay, I don't know her name, so we just call her Eve. And she's like, I haven't been able to bond with her, so maybe you can help Belial. Mm-hmm. And then we're back to the news reporter whose prime duty is to, like, locate Dwayne and Belial, I guess. Mm-hmm. And she calls some guy that looks like absolute fucking shit wearing a onesie. And, like, he's like, I don't know, he has a mermaid or some shit. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, I got a creature in my exhibit. And the reporter's like, all right, I have $100 if I can see it tonight. Because he says he has, like, Belial's bones or something.
This dude is shitting his pants over $100.
His overalls.
Yeah, his overalls.
His overalls.
And his 2 teeth in his mouth. He shit those 2.
Yes.
Shit his teeth.
So Granny pulls up to Mr. Oldie to show off his freak people. Mm-hmm. And he brings her in to show off his freak house. And he shows off the bones of the Bradley boy, and he shows off a large, like, bone creature thing. And it's like, I guess it looks kind of Belial-ish. It looks like a ditto with arms and legs.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what Belial looks like, but it's different.
Kind of, but I don't think Belial has bones.
Yeah, he does.
Are you sure?
Well, look at this. If you guys are watching the video, I'm going to pull up this picture again that I had up in the beginning. He has bones, totally. Like, you could see it in his arms. Like, he has, like, muscles and shit at least. And I'm pretty sure... You could see the bones, like, all around there.
Yeah,
He totally has bones.
I guess you're right.
He has bones, like, for sure. It's just... It's weird, not good bones.
The anatomy of Belial.
I want to get a sculpture. So, Granny pulls up to Mr. Oldie, blah, blah, blah. And he shows a bone creature, and then, like... He's like, hey, yeah, it's Belial. She's like, nope, animal bones, paper mache, bullshit.
Cheap.
And she calls him trash and low-life scum, and he screams at her, and she just like, all right, I'm leaving. And she comes back, and she's like, I think you owe me and Mr. Bradley an apology. And she places the basket in the room, and he approaches it, and he gets fucking destroyed.
Dude, it's so funny how Belial jumps out of his basket to attack
every
people.
time. He just
He's
leaps.
Like, that shit is so funny, dude.
So the news reporter lady shows up and approaches the tent, and she tries to like call to the man, but she can't find him. And she sees a giant fucking mess in there. But then she sees him laying inside of the mermaid's display. Like the mermaid got replaced with him, so he is now mermaid.
That was a yawn. Sorry.
Yeah. So Granny is now speaking to Belial on an emotional level, and asking him how being separated from Dwayne made him feel. She's like, "How did that make you feel, Belial? How did that make you feel? Like,
how is she understanding what Belial's saying? I thought only Dwayne could do that."
I think it's like a gist. I think she gets a gist of what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. That's my thing, because you're right. I didn't think about that till right now.
Uh-huh.
I think she's following his body movements, and she's just like, it's kind of just like...
He's just walking around like,
and she's like, you're right, Belial. You're right.
You're goddamn right,
Belial. So she's like, I understand your pain, Belial, but ripping the faces off of people may not be in your best interest.
You don't say.
That is my favorite line in this movie, dude. Ripping the faces off of people might not be in your best... It's not even like, no, don't do that. It might not be in your best interest. Maybe you shouldn't do that. That's so fucking funny.
Maybe that's probably illegal.
A little bit.
Carl. That's what it fucking reminded me of.
Carl, you can't eat people.
He's like, Carl,
oh, he's kill people, huh?
You can't kill people. Some shit like that. I haven't seen that shit in forever.
I haven't seen that in years. So we now see all the freaks walking around, and Dwayne has a new cane and a brand new weird haircut, which is somehow weirder than his afro.
It was like an afro mullet.
It was, but without the mullet part. It was just the top part of the mullet.
What? Are you sure?
It didn't have a back. It was just like a fro that was cut upward. It was like a Hey Arnold haircut. The Hey Arnold's best friend.
Oh my god,
That's what
you're
it was.
right.
That's exactly what it was.
Ew, that's kind of a mullet then.
I guess if you want to call it that. It's
This-
weird.
It looks better, but not in a good way.
I'm gonna.
Because both hairstyles look bad.
They both look. No, he looked better with a full fro though.
I don't think so.
I think so. So I'm gonna finish this line. And I'm gonna have you continue off for a second because I'm gonna open this window. It's fucking hot in here.
Yeah, it's super hot.
So he comes down to the kitchen to talk to the ladies, and he immediately tells a chick that he's never known a chick like her. So it seems like he has another love interest. 20.
Okay. She tells Susan that Belial is happy here and he can just leave Belial because he's happy and doesn't need him anymore. Then he's like, let's just run off. Dwayne says he isn't like them, and Susan is like, nah, bro. We all come from the same flesh. And we see the weird mouse man and his head Patrick Stewart homie sighing in sadness.
Well, that didn't sound right. Hold on.
It did not sound natural. I'm sorry.
Let me reread
I don't know how
that.
to read how you write.
So she tells Susan that Belial is happy here, and he could just
There you
leave
go.
Belial because he's happy and doesn't need him anymore. And then he's like, all right, well, let's just kind of like run off. And then Dwayne is like, all right, well, I'm not like them. And Susan's like, well, no, dude, like we all come from the same flesh. And then we see the weird fucking mouse man. And what I said here is that his head homie, like it is... His
Okay.
fucking head homie, Patrick Stewart, he's just sitting there. He's sighing from sadness.
His head Patrick Stewart homie. That's what you wrote.
You know what? No, you know what? Actually, this is what I said here. I said we see the weird mouse man and his head because he has a weird head.
Oh, and his head.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was just talking about his head.
Okay.
I forgot to put a period there, so I confused myself.
There's no
too.
punctuation here.
Well, it's not meant for punctuation. It's meant for me. It's meant for me to do cool shit. Okay, I feel a lot better now. I took off my beanie and opened a window. Feel a little better.
It's hot in here.
It's very hot. So Dwayne gets approached by Susan, and he's like, all right, everything's just swell, just awesome. I'm living in a house of freaks. I need to get away from this. And then we see his full bare ass. And he's rubbing his weird fucking Belial scar and having like flashbacks of his separation from Belial.
This shit scarred him for life, both physically and mentally.
He did not look good.
No, he looks bad at all times.
His scar is awful. And Dwayne tells Granny that he's going to leave soon and he needs to speak with Belial, or she needs to speak with Belial.
Belial.
Or no, he needs to speak with Belial. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
said.
yeah.
So instead, he's greeted by Meltface Man. That's what I'm calling him.
Yes, I remember this guy.
Meltface Man.
Yeah.
So he talks like a normal fucking human. He's like, Belial's here. He's down at the end. He's over there with her. It's just like, oh, okay,
With
okay,
her.
I'm just going to go over there. Yeah, with her, emphasis on her, because her is a whole new part of this fucking story.
It made me flip my shit.
It is insane. Dwayne finds Belial, who's inside of his basket with his hand out, holding the girl's hand, and she's just like wrapped up in a blanket, and she has a perfect human arm, like perfect
Yeah.
hands and everything. And we see a moving gargoyle while Dwayne's like leaving the house because he's like, all right, Belial, we got to go talk.
Yeah.
And this gargoyle is literally just, it's like a centerpiece of a house, but it's moving and talking.
It's literally a gargoyle, but it's alive.
It's cool.
It's very
It's really
cool looking.
cool.
Super fucking cool looking.
And it looked like that was like practical too. That wasn't like CGI or anything. That looked real.
I wonder, how they did that. Was it a
Actually,
dog? Did they get a dog to
Maybe-
dress up and do that? I don't know.
Maybe it was some like light CGI, but I don't know. I don't know enough about.
It didn't. It didn't look like CGI.
Mm-mm. It looked very real.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure why that happened at all anyway, but that was pretty fucking cool.
I wasn't mad at it. It looked cool.
So Dwayne takes Belial into a private room to discuss his departure, and he's like, all right, I found someone I care about. And Belial starts speaking telepathically. He's like, what about Susan? What about her, huh? What do you like her? You like her or something? And Dwayne's like, yeah, I like her. So fucking what? Yeah, I like her.
He's known this woman for like 6 hours.
I think it was actually a few months, because if you notice, because he
you're
did
right.
heal up and stuff. That's how the movie makes you feel. It feels like it's literally just been a day.
Yeah.
But realistically, he's been healing and whatnot, so they've been there for a few months.
See, I was thinking about that during the movie. I was like, okay, what happened to all of his wounds? Like, why is he no longer wounded? Then I was like, I'm not going to question this movie that deep, and I'm just going to watch it because I was having a great time anyways.
All that was, they just didn't make the timeline very apparent.
Yeah, but that's fine.
It was
It's-
there. It just they didn't make it very blatantly obvious.
Okay, yeah. So he knows her for a few months now. That's fine.
So Dwayne explains that if he can have her, he can start a new, better life. And Belial starts fucking laughing. He's like,
It's not. It starts off as a chuckle though.
It
He's
does,
like-
but it
he's like,
goes into that.
and his mouth is moving all weird. He's like,
But dude, and he looks, it goes into maniacal laughter.
It's fucking cool, yeah.
It's so awesome. And the news lady is back, and the picture that we see is a giant fucking frog person. Like, she just looks over in the corner for a second, and it's like she hears like rabbit, and then it's a frog person, but she's just like, oh, that's a big frog. And kinda, like,
I
just
felt
turns
Miguel's
away.
blood pressure go up.
Did he watch
And
it?
he wasn't even
Was he
next to
watching?
me.
Oh,
No.
okay. Dude, that was a
Like
frog.
it's near.
And you know what? They didn't show that frog person before this scene too, so that's why I was like, what? When I saw it, I was like, is that just a big frog? But I was like, I think that's a frog person.
It was just like lurking around in the trees of the house, like, and all of a sudden it's just like rabbit.
That shit was so funny. And she pulls up into the granny's house, and she's talking a little bit, and as she's leaving, Dwayne shows up with a fucking basket in his hand, like just walks in the door, and the granny's like, oh, hey, Michael. And then, you know, to make him catch on, and the fucking news reporter's just in there like, are you
She's like,
she's just in there like, no, she's not even like that. She does that for a second, and then she's just like, are you fucking, I know who this is.
yeah.
She's like, everyone knows who this is.
Yeah, but when she first sees him, when she first sees him, she's like, hello, Michael. But she knows what the fuck is up.
Yeah, she knows who it is. Cat's out of the fucking bag.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwayne says that he's going to leave with Belial. And they're like, well, you know, they're still going to come looking because she leaves and whatnot, you know,
Yeah.
etc. And, you know, they're like, oh, you know, they're going to find us. They're going to find everyone else here. Like, it's not just about you at this point. So he's like, okay, I'm not going to leave until I find a way to make sure that they are all safe.
Yeah.
And they go up to give a fucking inspiring speech.
And
To
all
all the
of
freak show.
all of the, I don't mind calling them freaks because they're like fake
Well,
people.
they almost called this movie like Basket Case Freak Show or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's literally what it was supposed to be, but they
and
were
that's
just
what
like,
she calls them.
well, yeah,
They call them that in the movies.
well, that's
freaks.
why, because they were going for that name, but
Oh,
then
okay.
the distributors were like, hey, you know, I think Basket Case 2 just comes off a lot better because it's not a super popular movie, you know, it's a
Yeah.
cult movie, so you got to keep it Basket Case 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
But go
So like yeah, they're fucking. They go up into the attic. Attic. Yeah. They go up in the attic and all of the freaks are there, dude. And they're all getting fucking riled up. They're ready to beat some reporter ass. Like, they are. I love it, dude. Very Cash Money.
Keep going.
No, you look very Cash Money.
Keep going.
No, that's all I had to say.
Okay.
I love this scene. That's all what I'm trying to say.
She's referring to me switching my glasses.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Cash
Not
money.
everybody's watching the video.
So she says that a reporter is coming to fuck their shit up, and she's like, our sanctuary has been violated!
It reminded me of that scene from Wolf of Wall Street.
You know what it reminded me of? 300.
I was gonna say 300, but Granny reminded me more of fucking Leonardo DiCaprio when he's like, you know, when he's doing that thing.
No, dude, this was totally, this is Sparta!
It's fucking 100%. Honestly, applies to both.
You know what? 300 owes Frank Henenlotter some money for this.
This is where they got their fucking inspiration.
Dude, he took that from this movie. This came out so much earlier. He took this from this movie. What a fucking asshole. Whoever wrote 300, you owe Frank Henenlotter somebody. Yeah, so they're like, hey, we need to find a new place to live or we fight. And she's like, okay, I know some of you are, you know, philosophically or physically incapable. I was trying to mix them together, but you kind of blew me
I'm
off.
surprised you spelled philosophically right.
No, I know how to spell it and say it. I just don't want to. I wanted to mix them. I want to put them together.
I'm sorry, I ruined it. I ruined the joke once again.
Physically incapable of fighting. And she respects that.
She respects it.
But for the rest of them, do we flee? Or do we fight?
And everybody's like, what?
Rabble, rabble, rabble. And this right here, this hyped the fuck out of everyone.
Yeah, dude, everybody's fucking like, it's like a Waka Flocka show up in there.
So, you want to continue for a second while I unscrew this thing because it's getting heavy?
Yeah.
She said the police?
Yeah. She said that that since police aren't already at her door, it's because she wants something else. Now, a van leaves the house.
I'm back, babies.
Oh,
Now a van
okay.
leaves the house, and the reporter chick sends her homie in to go and take. People are gonna be so fucking mad that I keep telling you to take over the notes.
Yeah,
to do
I
shit.
don't know
They're gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking lazy asshole." Yeah, well, if you don't like it, then tune out.
Just click.
I don't care.
Exit.
I don't care anymore. If assholes don't want to be here because I'm doing little things that help me to
We can't
discuss
stop you.
properly.
We can't stop you.
Yeah, get the fuck out of my podcast. So, a van leaves the house. You know what? Side story. Remember when we were like so scared of anything we did, and we were just like, "Oh, what if people are gonna leave if we do this?" Now I'm like, certain things I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I would
Yeah.
leave if you did that. But certain things I'm like, you know what? If you want to fucking leave for that, or give me a 1 star, give me the fucking 1 star.
Do it. I'll take it.
Give me the fucking 1 star, you asshole. So anyway, this dude is looking through the fucking window, like directly at Bradley, who is on the phone talking about Belial being like sick or something.
Yeah.
And we see Belial telling the reporter that Granny went to go get him medicine, and then the dude takes a picture, or
Wait,
his
what?
picture. The fucking reporter dude, because he goes inside the house, you know? He's going inside, he's like watching through the window, and he's seeing that like Dwayne's on the phone, like
Yeah, I
telling
know, but
Granny.
you said we see Belial telling the reporter that Granny went to get him medicine.
That's very wrong. But I'm gonna say it. Okay, let me rephrase that. Dwayne is telling someone on the phone that Granny
Yeah.
went to get Belial medicine.
There you go.
Okay. So instead of leaving like the dude was instructed, because the other reporter chick was like, "Hey, just get the picture and fucking leave."
She's like, don't fuck with me.
And this dumbass decides to fuck with her, and he goes up inside the room to see Belial, and he tells Belial to calm down and not be afraid, and he takes a picture of the entire gang.
This
Because
scene is so fucking
it's
dope,
awesome, because he
dude.
goes to take a picture and he's expecting just Belial, and then all of a sudden there's like 20 freaks in front of
The
him.
flash fucking shows, and there's just like the entire fucking crew, dude. Like, they squatted the fuck up.
And it continues because we see a bunch of camera flashes. They're
Yeah,
just going off
it's
and
just
on and off and
flashing.
on and off and on, and they're just getting closer and closer and creeping
Yeah.
closer. And this guy has a weird smile on his face. He's like, "Oh, this is so. Oh, I'm so scared.
He's like, oh, dude, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Oh my god, dude.
Oh wait, I'm dead.
Ah, shit.
Fuck." And he gets torn to shreds.
Yeah, ripped to
This guy
pieces.
gets destroyed. And the reporter chick sees the flashes and like her homie silhouette being like thrown all around the fucking upper floor of the house. Like he's just being thrown.
in like increments though. Like you
Yes.
see his body in one place and then you see it in another a few flashes later. Like it's really cool looking.
It's pretty awesome. And she hears the screaming too, and then she's like, "Okay, yeah, he's dead."
She told you, bud, don't fuck with her. You're supposed to take one picture and get the F out of there, and you didn't do it.
And he did not. So the next day, she makes a phone call and says that she thinks that her partner was killed. And she talks to some cop and tells him that she went over to the freak house and some fuck shit went down. And the cop calls the house and asks to speak with Bradley. And he meets him at a bar for a few beers because the cop is like, Dwayne, I want to meet you face to face, bud. I want to have a little conversation with you. Let me buy
like
you
to
a
have
beer.
a little chat, huh? Let me chat you up, huh?
And the cop is like, Dwayne, my friend already walked into the house that you were in, and he never came back out.
Yep.
And Dwayne's like, fuck you. And he tries to leave, and the guy's like, no, just enjoy your beer. Enjoy your beer.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I want to know where Belial is. I want to help him.
I'm gonna help.
I want to give him some help.
Help.
And Dwayne's like, oh, you want to help the little freak? You want to help the little freak, huh? And then I'm pretty fucking sure that a big old dude walked by the shot with what looked like a Michael Myers mask, but I will find out that that was wrong. That's not what that was. That's what it fucking looked like, dude. I had to rewind it, and I rewound it like 3 times, and I was like, dude, that's a fucking Michael Myers mask.
I didn't even
Like,
notice that.
He moved by so fast, though, I could not tell, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's like a fucking, who is it, no, it's not Swayze. It's not Swayze. Who's it based off of again? I always forget. I remember, but I forget.
God damn it, I forgot to. That one dude,
I've said this millions of times.
that one dude.
Someone's gonna message us about this.
God
Fuck off.
damn
Don't
it.
fucking mess. Go if you're gonna message me about this. Go listen to like 50 episodes because we've said it like 3 times.
I'm
So
gonna look
I'm
this
just-
up. It's gonna drive me crazy.
I'm not. Yeah. So the copper starts being weird now and calls Dwayne good looking, which I'm sorry.
He lied to you, bud.
He's not a good looking man. I'm sorry. I can admit there's a good looking man around. He's not one. He is not one. And the conversation starts to get pretty heavy. And Dwayne's like, you think we're all normal in here? Who is it?
William Shatner.
God fucking damn it, dude. Fucking Shatner.
Why were we thinking Swayze?
Shatner, Swayze. I thought Swayze. I think you just like put
You're
that in your
right.
head after I said it.
Yeah, probably.
So he's like, you think we're all normal in here? And he gets up and walks off. And it wasn't a Michael Myers mask. It wasn't a fuckering
Fuckering.
Patrick Shatner? Yeah.
William Shatner.
Patrick Shatner.
Shatner.
So the bar is filled with freaks, all wearing quote-unquote normal people masks.
That are like not even covering most of their faces because they have like these like their heads are either like huge or they have like weird shit popping out of their faces. So the mask
Yes.
is literally just like this on their face. Like it's very little.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's like those like people masks from like those old puppet shows. What are those called?
Yeah,
What
almost
are those?
like the Purge masks, kind of.
A little bit, but there's a specific show that it's like a very old thing. Like those masks have been around for fucking years and years and years. They actually did a play on that in like Courage the Cowardly Dog too.
Really?
There's a whole
I
episode
remember
about
that.
those. Yeah, I can't remember what
that.
they're called.
I don't remember either.
Can't remember what they're called. It's like the string mask people things, whatever the fuck it is. I don't fucking know. I can't remember the name. Just like Shatner. So they all reveal themselves with their giant fucking faces on these weird little masks, like Brie was talking about. The cop's like, "Oh no, 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 no!
Oh God, no! I walked into the wrong bar. No.
And Dwayne's like, "Okay, everyone, let's take a vote." And he turns to the cop and he's like, "What's your name again?" And the cop's like, "What the hell is going on in here?" And Dwayne's like, "Oh, okay. Show of hands. How many of you think that me and Mr. What the hell is going on in here are normal?"
Dwayne's like such a smartass in this one.
He's so witty in this. He's so
love it.
fucking witty.
I love it.
And no one
You
raises
go, Dwayne.
no one fucking raises their hands and he goes, "How many of you think we don't belong here? How many think we are the freaks?"
Mm-hmm.
Everyone fucking raised their hand. So point proven, Mr. What the hell is going on here?
Yeah,
You're a
you're the
dick.
freak.
And he's like, "Oh, no, no, no," again. And he pulls out his gun and says that he doesn't want any trouble. Nice and easy, nice and easy. Back
Nice
it
and
up,
easy, yeah.
And he backs into a room and trips over Belial's basket and falls into some dead dude with his face eaten off.
Yep,
I don't know who this guy was.
solid. I
But-
think probably the bar guy.
But then Belial attacks. And Belial scrambles with the copper and then he slams his face onto the wall and starts choking him in a pile of trash while the cop reaches for his gun.
You know what I noticed, and it was so random, that there was a bunch of like soda in the back room, which is normal. But then once they started fighting, all of the soda cans were like open.
They probably drank all of them on set because they didn't have enough budget for water.
Probably.
And then they were like, "Hey, it looks good anyway, so let's just keep it here." So, yeah, he starts choking him and shit. The cop tries to reach for his gun. He tries to shoot Belial. This pisses Belial off, and the cop starts to gouge his fucking eyeballs out.
Yeah, they're gouging each other's eyes out.
That they
Belial's
are.
like fucking doing the thumb thing with the eye, and the cop's doing the thumb thing with the eye. You know, y'all know what I'm talking about.
Thumb in the bum. All the freaks are watching the door in wonder, and the cop flies through the fucking door with half of his face ripped off,
The shit looks cool.
and his teeth are showing. It looks
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, his fucking shit's all ripped off right here. It's really cool.
So now all the freaks are getting loaded into the van.
They're like, come on, guys, let's go.
And Granny's like, "Did you loot his pockets?" And they pull out his wallet. And it has like some name or number or address or something. I didn't
Yeah.
catch exactly what this was, but it was something.
It was somebody's card or something.
Somebody's. I think it had to have been the reporters. Yeah, that makes sense.
It was the.
Because we're back to the reporter who just got out of the shower and she needs her pre-reporter cigarette.
Solid.
And her phone goes off to no answer, and then it goes off again, but the number just hangs up and just keeps hanging up.
Yeah.
And she tries to call her cop friend Phil, but she just gets voicemail.
Uh-huh.
And she gets all pissy and she starts blow drying her hair. And when she gets back by her phone, the window is broken and her line is cut. It's kaput. It's out of here.
Whoever did this is a fucking a swift one, because
That's-
it was like 2 seconds. They got in there, broke the window, and cut the cord lines
And I
and
will-
hid.
And how was that Dwayne? Because you know that was Dwayne because he's in the house. So, like,
Dwayne's a big dumb fucking doofus. So I don't fucking know.
it's very strange. But, you know. And she runs into her room and Dwayne's just sitting there waiting for her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's asking where Phil is. And Dwayne just keeps saying, like, "Oh, he's dying to meet you. He's here." And then she looks in the corner of the room and she sees a basket and she's like, "Oh, fuck, this is
Shit.
not good." And he opens the basket and it's a reveal scene, totally. It's like, here it is, but
It's so funny. Like, in other horror movies, like you see something and you're like, oh, they're fucked, dude. Like you see Jason, you're fucked. In this movie, you see a wicker basket, you're fucked.
You are so fucking right, and that becomes a staple
It's
in
fucking
this
dope,
in
dude.
this trilogy. It's like you see that basket and you're like, oh, I don't want to be here because this thing's gonna pop out. It's gonna rip my face off.
Yeah, and I'm gonna die.
And you know what's gonna happen too, because every time he pops out, he's like, ah, and just fucking rips
it's
your
like
face
fucking
off.
like a fucking Jack in the Box type of thing, dude.
It is.
It's terrifying.
It's so awesome. It's so fucking awesome. And he opens the basket, but it's fucking empty. And the reporter freaks out, and Dwayne's like, whoops, I already let him out. And he's so casual about all this. It's actually like, it's funny because it's Dwayne and we know who he is. And it's like, it's hilarious because it's like, oh, he's just so fucking, he's such a wise guy. It's funny. But at the same time, it's creepy because he's like, he's being so casual.
It's very creepy because like, it's almost that you can see like Dwayne's losing
It's his descent
mind.
into madness. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Mind.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That's why it's fucking creepy because he's just like, he's smiling the whole time and like looking at her dead in the fucking eyes.
And in the
creepy.
first one, he was like, he was questioning everything that Belial did. He was like, stop killing people, stop doing this. I like these people. Now he's like, no, fuck you guys. You guys are assholes.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, go have at it, Belial.
I don't fucking care. And oh my God. I'm not going to say anything yet, but dude, the ending of the movie.
Love it.
Oh my fucking God. I can't wait for next week or in a few days, actually.
Yeah, in a few days.
So anyway, she's like freaking out and shit. He's like, oh, well, you know, he's somewhere around here with all of his friends. And then he's like, maybe he can meet you, you know, just get to know you a little bit. Then he can rip your face off. No big deal.
It's just what he does. He likes to do it on his spare time.
I love that this is a throwback to the beginning where she's like, you probably shouldn't rip people's faces off. And then Dwayne's just like, she's going to rip your face off.
He's going to do it.
Whatever.
There's no stopping him. It's his thing.
And she starts running around the house, and she is like one by one surrounded by the freak show. Like they just keep plopping up, and she grabs a kitchen knife, and she's like, "I'm not afraid of any of you."
This knife was gigantic.
It was gigantic, but what are you gonna do against 20 of these guys?
Nothing. You stab one of them, and they're all
stab
just gonna
one,
kill
and
you.
you're dead. And you're dead. Pick which one you're gonna fucking stab, because just make it count.
Make it worth it. Yeah.
So Dwayne's like, you know, yeah, you're fucked. And there's a brown wicker laundry basket in the corner of the room, and Dwayne's like, what's in the basket? And this is when you know, yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're definitely fucked. Not one, but two God damn it. Wicker baskets.
But
you're
also,
double fucked.
It's a laundry basket. It's a different style, but it's her basket, but the same style basket. So it's all. And you know what? These baskets were very common in the 90s.
No, they were. Yeah.
Very common. I had one in like the 2000s.
My aunt still has one.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like a white one though. It was painted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So she approaches, and Belial pops out like the little Jack in the Box he is, and he rips her face off, kinda. He leaves a bunch of holes all over her face and neck. She looks worse than the tree girl, and she stretches her face all the way out, and Dwayne goes, geez, Marcy.
It's weird.
You should see your face. You're a freak now.
It looks like when you take like stringy cheese or stringy dough, and you pull it up and you like twirl it around.
That, and also, you know what else it looks like?
What?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, fuck, you're right.
It's a mini version of when fucking Alec Baldwin stretches out his face. It's like a mini sideways version of that. But yes, it looks like pizza dough. And I'm pretty sure that's probably what they used for this. Because it does look cheap. It does look like it maybe they had to like harden or something. I don't know exactly how that works. No, it's probably something else. We don't know what we're talking about. Anyway, she's a freak now. So
yeah.
Now we're just watching a good old freak show picnic, eating like fucking. They're just eating hot dogs and like hanging out. It's like, and I was like,
fucking chilling.
It's so weird because I was like,
wholesome.
And there's 15 minutes left in this movie. At this point, you're like, they're just hanging out. Like they completed what they needed to do. What else is gonna happen?
I was like, what the fuck is to come? What is to come?
A lot happens.
A lot more
happens. Oh my God. So we're watching a good old freak picnic, and Susan walks off and approaches Dwayne, and he's like, I need you, girl. I love you. Let's leave. Right now. Tonight.
Tonight.
And Dwayne's like, come on, girl. You're as normal as I am.
Dwayne, you are not normal, my friend.
She's like, no, I'm not normal. And Dwayne starts making out with her awkwardly. He's a terrible kisser. I'm sure this was a terrible scene to film. I'm sure this is why she didn't do any more movies after this.
I hate this next part. I hate this next part so much.
Oh, God. She grabs his face, and she's like, wait. It's Belial.
He grabs her face.
Whatever. I wrote that, but I wrote it weird.
Yeah, you
I
did.
wrote he grabs his face. He's like, wait. It's Belial.
Yeah.
Something's happening. And Susan's like, yeah, don't you get it? He's in love.
Ugh.
And
Throw up.
this is the best thing that anyone's ever seen in their life.
I knew this was coming in this
Oh,
fucking
you
movie.
know it's coming. And
I knew it was.
From the very beginning, you know it's coming. And if you don't, you're an idiot.
I didn't think the scene would last this long.
You didn't think it would be this descriptive, but you knew it was coming.
Yep.
So we witnessed Belial and his girl. They're removing their garments. They're rubbing each other. Oh, they're making out, baby. Oh, intense noises. Susan and Dwayne are making out, and then Susan's like, oh, Dwayne, wait, there's something you should know, baby. I've been with a man once before when I was young.
Oh my God.
There's something I wasn't aware of until then, but oh, baby, you're not gonna want to see what I have going on. We see Belial plowing the fuck out of this creature. He's plowing. He's bump, 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 bump.
It's making noises.
Oh.
It's making legit, like, banging noises, like sex noises.
And this chick looks just like him, aside from the human face and the human arm and hands.
I've decided to call her Belila.
Oh, that's a great name. And they're rubbing each other. They're rubbing each other. They're going up and down and up and down, and they're bumping ugly.
Stop making
This is the definition of
Look
bumping
at your glasses.
uglies. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's amazing. Woo-hoo-hoo. And then Dwayne starts to unbutton her shirt, and Susan goes, wait, Dwayne, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't you do it.
Don't do it, dude.
I'm
Don't
pregnant.
do it.
I'm fucking pregnant. I've been pregnant for years.
6 years.
6 motherfucking years. He won't come out. So Granny's been taking care of me until he's ready to be born. And she lifts her fucking shirt up, and this worm creature comes out. It's looking like fucking Jason Goes to Hell, Jason Worm.
No.
Or the fucking Beetlejuice worm.
It looks
Any
like
worm
fucking-
that you can think of.
It looks like fucking turkey, dude. Just with a giant head.
It's the worm version of turkey. Dude, this thing pops out of her this slit in her stomach.
It's just like, it just pops straight out, dude. And it just chills in there. And she's like, yeah, he comes up for air sometimes.
It comes out and goes back in.
Like a fucking Jack in the Box again, dude. I couldn't believe this shit.
And her titties are out at this
Yeah,
point, dude.
there's boobs too.
We got boobs in this one. And she's like, no, Dwayne, don't look at me.
No, because Dwayne's freaking out at this point, and
Oh,
she's like, no, Dwayne, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. She's trying to like calm him down, and he's like, get the fuck away from me, you freak bitch. He's like, oh, he doesn't say that, but that's pretty much what he's
It's the
what he's
gist of
trying
it.
to do. Yeah. Oh, God.
And he's pushing her all around the fucking room. And then he eventually pushes her. Oh,
I
shit.
thought I was gonna.
I almost fucked that. He almost pushes her out of the fucking window. She dies, dude. She lands right on top of the picnic table, right in the middle of everyone just hanging out,
Hanging out, having a great fucking time.
eating hot dogs.
They're
They're having the time of their life, dude. They're just hanging out, just dudes being dudes.
just guys being dudes, hanging out, hot dogging it up, baby. What could be better than this?
And Granny just looks at her dead body and she's like, "Fine, Dwayne." And Dwayne starts talking to himself. He's like, "I know how to fix things." And he grabs a bat and he goes up into Belial's room and he says, "Can I see you for 1 minute?" And he smacks Belial over the head with a fucking bat. And the girl's just
Dude.
sitting here like,
Dude, and right now, Belial's like post-nut, dude. He's like ready to knock out.
dude, he's chilling. He's big chilling. Like
he's big chilling. He found his Belila, you know. He's fucking...
He's having a cigarette. He just got a nice nut off. Like, dude, that sucks. That's the worst time to get hit with a bat. That's the worst time. And during all of this,
Top 10 worst
Dude.
times to get hit with a bat. Post-nut.
when Granny said, "Go like find Dwayne," the freaks are just scrambling. They're just running around. They're like, just looking
Dude,
back and forth. They're like,
It's funny because you get that scene of them in the house, and some of them are just running around like this.
pumping their fists, just like, "Ah, rabble, rabble."
There's one's like running in circles. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh fuck! And Dwayne runs into another room with fucking Belial on his arm, and he's like, "You can't be happy unless I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be in love unless I'm in love."
Oh, shit.
And Dwayne's like, "This is the only way to make things right again. This is the only way." And he grabs a sewing needle and he starts stabbing the living fuck out of Belial. Just sews them back together, and all the freaks and Granny walk in the room, and Dwayne says it's okay.
I don't want to hear you bitch about having ants anymore.
We're together
Shit
again.
Like this.
And the credits roll. This was a fun episode.
I'm glad you had fun. I'm covered in fucking beer.
You're covered in blood orange michelada, craft beer.
It's terrible. Don't ever buy this, you guys.
Craft beer. Don't buy it. Tastes like shit.
Now there's beer on your bed.
There's beer everywhere. I'm gonna have to clean those sheets today anyway. I gotta wipe this down. It's okay. It's worth it for the video. If you guys aren't watching this video, honestly, this is the video you need to watch.
This was probably the #1 video
I've
you
been
need
throwing.
to watch.
We've only have like 4, but I've been throwing shit this whole episode and screaming. Okay, I think. Does this sound right? 7 kill count. It was between 7 and 8. I might have missed one. I think I forgot because I usually I do this thing where I write the notes and I have the kill count right under, so I just add them as I go.
I'm gonna close it so I don't see the fucking IMDb shit.
Oh, actually, I took it out on this one.
Oh.
Late. You should do that later though, because I'm writing notes on future episodes.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna just write those there because I'm not gonna remember it. But I wrote that on my notepad to make sure you didn't see it.
Oh, okay.
So I'll pull that up right now. Thank you for reminding me.
7 kills.
It's between 7 and 8. I think it's 7. I tried to think about it and I tried to remember, but I forgot some. But I'm pretty sure it was 7. It's between 7 and 8.
The first one.
I don't want to go over it. It's the dude in the hospital, the cop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's between 7 and 8.
It's between 7 and 8 for sure. Don't remember the exact number. Okay, so we have a 1 boob count. That's solid. That's good stuff. Best worst kill. I'm gonna go for the best. It's probably gonna have to be that cop that got his face ripped off when they were like gouging each other's eyes out. Because it was just that reveal when he came out with his teeth all showing. That was awesome.
One is probably my #2. The best one was probably the reporter.
The reporter.
Yeah, her
you know
face
what?
got fucking pulled up. It was cool.
You're right. That was my #1 until the reporter. Because she looked awesome. She looked insane.
It looked really cool.
And the fact that, you know what? They didn't even kill her either. So I guess, I don't know if I wrote that down as a kill. Because she was alive.
I don't think she was alive.
She was. He looked at her and he was like, "You're a freak now." That's why he was talking to her and she was replying.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know.
So it's somewhere around there.
Might be 6.
I'm going to go with 7. I think it's 7.
My worst kill would probably have to be Susan. Because it wasn't the girl who fell out the window.
Oh, yeah. I want her to live. I liked her.
Not only did I want her to live, I just feel like she could have been killed in like a way cooler way, than being pushed out of a window.
Fair enough.
That's just me.
Fair enough.
And it wasn't even that bad. I gave a worse kill.
There were so many pros in this movie.
Yeah. It's a fucking good fucking storyline. We get a fucking house full of fucking freaks.
The dialogue is awesome.
Dwayne being a fucking witty bastard. And then we get to see Casey again for a split second. It's fucking cool. Belial met his Delilah.
Susan has a worm.
Oh, yeah. A worm turkey baby.
Tree people.
Foot people. Nose people.
Again, Belial steals the show for me.
Of course.
Belial just steals the fucking show. He's the best actor.
Delilah was pretty good, too.
She was pretty awesome. I wish we got The only con I have for this movie is I wish there was a backstory for her. I thought toward the end we were going to figure... Okay, when I was going through this, I thought I had the ending down.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that Belilah, as we're calling her, was Susan's, conjoined twin, I thought that was going to be...
she was also
I thought she had the same thing going on. That's where Belilah came from.
That would have been cool.
You know what, though? I like what happened even more. I like that it wasn't her because it threw me off.
Yeah.
And that it was just a worm coming out of her belly. But I would have liked to see a story on where Belilah came from.
Well, I can't wait to watch Basket Case 3 now.
I don't know if she's in 3.
Well, I know, but Belilah or Susan?
Belilah.
Oh, Susan's dead. Never mind.
Susan's dead.
Yeah, Susan's dead. I hope she's in 3.
I hope she is. That would be really cool. If she's driving that Belial mobile with him, I'm going to have a good time. So, what do you think the IMDb rating was for this?
6.
5.4.
Okay.
Not too far off. Rotten Tomatoes critics.
67.
67.
No way.
It's 67.
Fuck yeah.
You're fucking weird. Audience, Rotten Tomatoes.
62.
You're very wrong.
Oh, what is it?
39. It's always lower.
Okay, yeah.
It's always like way lower.
I don't keep track of these things.
39 though, not that's terrible.
That's bad.
I don't think that's fair. I think doesn't it Basket Case 1 have it was higher, right?
I think so.
It was a lot higher actually. I
Yeah.
think it was in like 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair. What do you rate this? After talking about it, because I think before I rated this a 3.5. I'm going to bump this up to 4.5 because I had so much fun talking about. This is the most fun I've had talking about an episode in a long fucking time.
I'm gonna give it.
I feel like when I rewatch this, I'm going to be giddy. Like I'm going to be like giggling the whole time.
I think I don't know what I rated the first Basket Case.
I think 4, 3.5 or 4.
I think I gave it 3.5. I think I'm gonna give this one a 4.
So you like it more?
I do like it more.
Dude, you know what? There's a lot of parts from the first one I like more because it's that introduction and it looks so much cooler and it's like fucking awesome. But this one's just so fucking wacky.
It's so wacky and it's like I just like the storyline better. Like I don't know what it is. Like there's more people involved. It's really fucking cool.
I'm gonna say I like the storyline of the first more. That's what's that's what's keeping me toward the first. I like the dynamic of all the characters and just the wackiness and the B-movie feel to the second one. It's kind of like why I still keep Texas Chainsaw 2 very high up there when a lot of people hate it, because I'm like, a lot of people don't like the wackiness that it brought to it. And I think that's what a lot of people feel like about this sequel too. But you know what? The original Texas Chainsaw, it's always going to be above there for me, and I feel like this kind of goes in the same category. I love the wackiness of the sequel. I love it just as much as the original, but I like the original more just because it's like it's a real feel. It's like it's a different feel to it. Yeah,
I don't know. It is a different feel, but I like the feel of 2 way more. I don't know why.
I think I'm going to bump them both up to 4.5, but I'm just going to say, like, I think I enjoy this a little more.
I think I just really liked seeing the house full of freaks.
It was awesome.
I really liked seeing that. That was really fucking cool.
So hopefully Basket Case 3 doesn't disappoint us.
I really hope not.
I'm excited to see how this ends.
But then again, you are not disappointed easily. I mean... it is hard.
That's right. It's hard to disappoint me.
It's
pretty hard.
You'll watch anything.
I'll watch a lot of things. So that was Basket Case 2. I had a lot of fucking fun with this. This was awesome.
This shit was a blast. This movie is a blast. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it.
Yeah, watch just the fucking trilogy. It's all... I'm already going to say it's awesome.
I hope so.
However it ends, I'm fine with it. So thank you for watching, guys. If you're watching, thank you for listening. If you're listening, if you want to find us on social media, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook, and also YouTube at Horrorsoup Podcast. There's either a space in between or no space, depending on what social media you're on. You'll figure it out. If you can't, you're stupid, and I don't fucking care.
You're so stupid.
If you want to find us on Patreon, you can find us at patreon.com/horrorsoup, and we do a bunch of bonus episodes on there. We have a shit ton. We're doing some video episodes there now. We're doing some other shit. I want to do some movies soon.
Okay.
I want to do some extra movies soon, because we've done like 3 or 4, but I want to do more.
Okay.
I want to do some more movies. So we have a bunch of shit there. If you want to go check it out, only $1 will get you access to everything. If you want to get like some merch, like stickers and stuff, the tiers start at $3. But if you want to do a custom amount, just get access to the bonus episodes. $1 a month.
$1.
We don't blame you.
$1 will make us holler.
If you want to send us a review and get some free stickers, you can go to iTunes.com or iTunes on your phone, the app, whatever the fuck you want to go on. Review us, leave 5 stars, leave a review, send us an email, send us one email, send us an email that says either stickers or review, and then send me a screenshot of your review, and then your address, and I will send you free stickers, and I will send a bunch of them, don't worry.
You will get stickers.
And I am on Letterboxd at Horrorsoup Caleb. I actually post on it. Bria's at Horrorsoup Bria. She does not post on it.
I'll go update it.
You say that every episode. If you want to listen to my other podcast, which we're actually rebranding soon. Me and Roland had a big talk the other day. We're going to fix up the entire podcast. We're going to change it up a lot.
Okay.
So we're going to, in the next like month-ish, you guys will hear a lot of differences on that. But right now, we have some Star Wars discussions. We have like Donnie Darko. We have like Mac and me. I deleted the Joker episode. I hate that episode. Yeah. So if you guys want to do any of that, we would appreciate it a ton. And overall, tell a friend. I should have said that at the beginning, but tell a friend. Tell a friend. It helps a lot.
Pal.
Maybe you don't like us that much. Maybe your friend will like us a little more. Maybe you do like us. Maybe your friend will like us more. Tell a friend. It helps.
Just tell them.
Just tell them.
Just let them know. Spread the good word.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening to Horrorsoup episode, I think, 46. This was fun.
It's facts.